didn't record.
Morning. How are you?
Reenactment, which was actually worse and hurt more than the original. So it can't. You will do better than me. Just don't fall or do the verbal and
When someone tells me to freak them out, I'm trying to say something really freak them out. They already heard it. I'm also a computer.
I know. I know this. The sugar one or different one? Oh, wait. The mayor texted me because he keeps continuing to think that I'm living.
He's got so far.
And so he's like, I need you to set this flight plan. And I'm like, sir, I think you think I'm Linda, sir. This is her number. so he's like, damn it, you're right. She knows. You know, whatever. You got to figure out things. Yes.
Otherwise, yeah.
That helps bring problems to the city. I'm trying, my neighbor is trying to open like a Italian barbecue. Right? Yeah, like North Italian fusion. Like he's worked at Slows and he's worked at very little Gringos. So, but his ancestry is North Italian. He smokes a lot of weed. So he wants to open, there's a big empty parcel near Eden. So he wants to open there. So I've been trying to get him connected with the guy. I got him connected to the store. I got him connected to the boss at Ferndale. So I was just thinking that's not a bad idea. He smokes some meat, brings it up to the boss. I know it ain't so park that way.
No, I mean, he worked for the sour drinks like that. So
yeah, he's got. I mean, he's got lots of experience in some of the better restaurants, like the better. So kitchen experience. He's got some vision. He's been paying attention. He said, I suppose he would be right now. He's been paying attention to how they're managing their dining versus carry out, and he's adapting his so yeah, so I think he'll do well. But yeah, you want to get this.
Oh, cool. And then you'll see the brick building and the top. That will go into that. I don't know how long that costs.
My friend's trying to, it's like, it's empty work. You gotta buy them. So, and we're going out to get a he's very hard to oh, he does it. He's like, last time this conversation yesterday, he's like, sick of looking at myself, so no, I'm not which is good. put your dish back in the kitchen. Oh, it was lovely. It was perfect. This is fine. I ate it for dinner. That was it. It was perfect. Only like 5 minutes before we needed it. Simple, like, yeah. Yeah, no.
There should be a.
I think so. Oh, I think. But I don't know. I don't know. She might have said I don't know. But she's like, immediately after lunch, as part of this meeting, decided to let Josh pack the leftover food. She's like, oh, look, you already ate. I'm like, no, that's from lunch. I'm going to take it home, but I didn't put it in the fridge. I'm like, I'll take your thing. And so I was like, I'm walking, but I can carry this whatever. So protected it. Yeah, it was good. I couldn't quite figure out. There was one like yellow cheddar mix or something. I could not figure out what it was, and I wanted it to be like spicy. I wanted it to be something. It wasn't my favorite. But I couldn't really figure out what it was. Yeah. I'm trying to get tomato. It's like weird. It was something smooth. Yeah, it's like something smooth mixed in. It wasn't really low like a lobster or like a pepper. It wasn't either of those things. So I'm like trying to learn like I'm not bothered. So the white cheese is great. The turkey is still turkey. So
very good. It was really fun. I enjoyed it.
It's time to get back to work.
Yeah.
I'll be in his work. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'll see it. 100%. Yeah. No, they use up my check. So, they advertise that. Not only do they say it's they said it's in the phone. We work with many leading providers of these.
Good morning. If you want to go ahead and take your seats, we're going to get started in just a minute. A minute and 30 to be exact. That is your cue to take your seats. We're about to get started.
It's a good way to let everyone know.
And now for your halftime.
Hey, good morning. Thank you so much for being with us. Welcome to 1 Million Cups. Of course, I'm Brooke Allen. Thank you so much for being here. I am one of the organizers. I'm not ashamed to admit one of the slacker organizers. So it is so much fun, so awesome to see all of you. And of course, you can stream us live, you can present, you can follow us. As PJ said last week, we love QR codes. So go ahead and scan away. And of course, we've got a very good friend who's our coffee sponsor today. We'll get to her in just a minute. So about 1 Million Cups. One MC provides a supportive, inclusive space for entrepreneurs and their communities to gather and connect. And this is actually where you can work through business challenges and identify all of those opportunities. I don't know how many people are in this room right now, but in my book, each of you are an opportunity for somebody in this room. So keep that in mind when we're finished. You do want to sign in because by signing in, that helps us remain eligible for grants and sponsorships. There are over 110 1 Million Cup communities, which includes about 24,000 entrepreneurs. Okay, so who is in the room? Let's check it out. Who is a first-time visitor? Oh, there's a lot today. Wow. And we have PJ has a gift for you, so you please raise your hand if you're a first-time visitor. Keep your hands up, please. Okay, who is a past presenter in this room? Okay, we're doing good, huh? And then who is a volunteer organizer? Again, thank you so much for being with us. Of course, we have community partners. We are so happy to be here in Incubizo and the Madison Heights Hazel Park Chamber, also Open Pride. And of course, first timers, put those hands back up. Run, PJ, run. And of course, PLP photography. Thank you so much for working with us. Okay, so today, this is very interesting. I'm just curious, how many people in here are single? Single. Okay, all right, that's good. No, I'm not looking for it. So our presenter today is does the podcast, The Dating Relationship Playbook. So he will be up in just a minute. But first, I'm so proud and honored to introduce our coffee sponsor. Lori, of course, she comes every week. She is with the Madison Heights Food Pantry and returning, okay, we're skipping ahead a little bit. Okay, so for next week, returning presenter is Architect of Alignment with Kirk and then Jacqueline, Success Through Finance. So, our coffee sponsor, we're always in need of coffee sponsors, and if you are interested, this is what you need to do. You can check us out, you can email us, you can get a date, and of course, just bring your coffee.
Or talk to Christina.
And yes, raise your hand. You want to see her, and then you also want to plan to purchase coffee. Don't forget the snacks. We love our snacks. for about 70 people, okay? If you want to be a coffee sponsor. And I should say, right, that the coffee sponsor is really the only one allowed to pitch their business, correct? So Madison Heights Food Pantry, Lori, come on up. We see her every week. And I love this, Lori, on your website. It says, look for the helpers, which of course is a quote from the market, right?
That's right.
Take it away, babe.
All right. Hi, everybody. I'm Laura Perry from Madison Heights Food Pantry. I'm happy, and I'm Laura Flat. Am I good? Okay. Hi, everybody. So, first of all, right off the top, I want to thank my friend, Jose Robinson, from House of Coffee. He gave me this spread here, and the bread was added, and he's such a wonderful person. So, if you need coffee service, go for Jose Robinson from House of Coffee. Thank you, my friend. So, I'm from the Madison Heights Food Pantry. A little bit of history on us. We were founded during the pandemic. We needed a way. A very smart woman named Amanda Stein said, we need a way to keep people that can't get to the grocery store alive. And so she founded this. We used to be the emergency pantry. Now we are full blown, and we are very proud of what we built. And we support the needs of Madison Heights, but also the surrounding areas as well. We have no income requirements, which I'm very, very proud of. People come at us all the time with paperwork and this and that. It's like, we don't need that. If you need it, come see us. So we have 2 open pantries a month. We're located in Central Church, which is between John R. and DetroitMetro. And so if you need something, we have 2 Saturdays a month. You can check with me or the website. This is us. Jim Poole took that picture and he wrote a really good write-up on us, and we appreciate it. We're small but mighty. We kind of horseshoe around.
You're amazing.
Come on. Thank you so much. And we're all volunteer. We're very dedicated. Nobody makes it down to do this. Tony and Christina and their son Ian have come to help us out. We really, really appreciate it. People are making fun of my note cards, but I'll totally get lost if I don't. The one thing that we like to do is we like to protect people's identity and dignity. So if you come and you need something, we will make sure that you get it. So we don't have hot food, but we have shelf stable food. We put boxes together. So for roughly about 2 weeks, we do food, pet food, very important because animals is important to the family. We do hygiene week. So toothbrushes, toothpaste, shavers, incontinence pads, things like that. These are very hard to ask for and very expensive. And so if our hygiene weeks are in the beginning of the month. So if you need that, you just show up. Show up, wait in line. We ask that you fill out a form only for our own, so we can get grant purposes. But we're not sharing it. There's no videos. No one's going to interview you. No one's going to hand you anything. Nothing. You show up, we put the box in the car, you drive away. And that's very important to us. We have needs, obviously. Canned goods, shavers, razors, if you have a business and there's something that you have that you could donate to us that we could use, please let me know.
Sorry.
That's me and my buddy Vita. We go out and we do the community and to get our name out there. People are very generous with what they do, what they give us. We can also use a volunteer coordinator. It's very hard to get volunteers on a monthly basis, especially in the summer. So if you have some time and you would like to work with us as kind of volunteer coordinator, to make sure we know who's going to come, we can give them a call the Friday before and say just to confirm they're coming. We could really use one of those. We have Facebook pages, Madison Heights Food Pantry. We have a website, www.madisonheightsfoodpantry.org. And also, if you have some skill with IT, we could use some help because our website is a little rough, but it does work. Hey Tony, can you go back one? Keep going. Okay, cool. Okay, I thought I had a contact page, but I don't. Anyway, let me see if I got everything here before
I'm working on it.
Oh, by the way, we pack boxes, and we need help packing boxes. We need help on distribution day. So if you would like a volunteer opportunity this month, let me know. Students can get public service credits for high school. any ideas for us? If you have, if you meet with your friends once a week and you have wine or something, you do like we have several people that like put us together cake kits. If you know what those are, those little dumb cakes. And it's really special because they get put together, and then if someone says, it's my brother's birthday, we can supply them. Because life is more than survival, and we want everyone to feel the same. Also, I have been tasked with one thing. The number one need is, with everybody, we need toilet paper. Always. It never, obviously, we're on a roll. It never ends. Thank you.
Not even that.
So, if you have means, if you care to, if you want to donate for us, we're kind of doing the drive that way because it's just the number one thing we need, obviously, for the toilet paper. So, if you want to find me, and I'll be happy to take it off your hands. So, I think I babbled long enough. I think I got everything. Okay. Have any questions for me? I'm around. I'm Lori Carrier, so thanks.
How come you got involved?
I got involved with Madison Heights Food Pantry because, like everyone else, I worry about people. I worry about them all the time. And I can't just stand on the sidelines. I have to be involved. Sometimes with my mom says I'm a little over involved. And I'm with an animal shelter as well. People and animals. I've got to keep every.
Don't even.
Oh, is that on our QR code?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Tell me. Yeah, so that's our QR code to our website, right?
Yeah.
Okay, thanks, Tony. Yeah, so it's a little bit rudimentary, but you get the general, that's our website.
I only had a second.
QR code. Well, back to me. I worry about people, and if there's something that I can do to fill in the gaps, which is one of our logos, then that's fine, and I'll be happy to do that because it helps me sleep at night. It's what God put me on the earth to do. And now, if you have any questions, any needs, anything like that, let me know.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Lori. And of course, it is time for our guest, our presenter, and I thought I saw one in, yes, right? Okay. The dating and relationship playbook. And I'm so interested in this because, those dating apps, they don't work. So, your name is
Chaz. Good morning, everybody. I'm Chaz. Okay, thank you. I'm Chaz Douglas. I am an educator, I'm an author, and I am a veteran as well. And so, one of the things I've been podcasting, this is going to be my 3rd year in October, or 3 years in October. And so the last year I kind of wanted to monetize and transition to do it as a business. And so the reason why I did, I created this podcast is because I don't know about you, but I've been in a couple bad relationships. Anybody been in
That's just me. What's up?
I want to be transparent. So I was in some unhealthy relationships. So I wanted to create a podcast where I talk about individuals having healthy relationships, and not just relationships with our significant other or spouse, but just relationships with our family, friends, God, and our colleagues. So it's not just a dating podcast, but it's a podcast about relationships in general. And so I do have, with that, I've had psychiatrists, therapists, pastors, dating coaches, and married couples to talk about how they have healthy relationships and some clinical ways to have healthy relationships. So that's one of the things that I do provide is expert relationship guidance, as well as promoting businesses and with ad reads and logo placement. One of my biggest challenges is being able to finish the deal and get more partners, get more sponsorships to the podcast. I only have, as of right now, I only have one partner that I do ad reads and logo placement for. And being an educator, I'm trying to transition to do something I love, which is podcasting and helping people. and I want to transition to do that and just monetize the podcast and work with more partners with companies. What I've tried so far is because I'm an author, I have promoted my book publishing services on my podcast. I hired a podcasting coach. I went to several businesses, like in person and also emailed a lot of companies pitching my ad services. Some of the lessons I learned, so the coaching was good. I just feel like probably if you ever went to therapy, sometimes you can outgrow your coach. Like after like the 16 weeks, I did a couple sessions, packages with that coach, and it was just repetitive. So it just seemed like I was not learning anything. Some of the companies that I went to, I would give them, my information, my flyer, and it was just. They just didn't seem to work. They weren't interested in working with a podcast. I also emailed several, I don't know how many emails I sent out with wanting to schedule meetings and with companies. And I get some meetings, it's just closing the deal with those companies. Like I said, I only had one partner at the time. I learned some of the yeses that I got. I need to be more aggressive with trying to close the deal right then, because if I leave, then a lot of times most of the time that money leaves too. So also I learned to keep trying and to not give up. So my question to the community is, how can I monetize more podcasts, and how can I get more partners, and what would entice someone to sponsor my podcast?
Okay, so, let's see up here. Okay, so who has a question? I can tell you, I've been podcasting for almost 3 years, and it is a tough gig, man. And I will also tell you that if you think your friends are going to sponsor you, they're not. Right? They're going to smile and nod and be like, that's fantastic, right? So, okay, so who out here, obviously none of you need a date, so who out here has a question about his podcast? Do you have a question? Yeah, you do.
Actually, you know what? Thank you, bro. Hello. Wonderful job. Chaz, I'm Daryl with Versatile Marketing LLC and Versatile LLC, #MusicWife. And actually, I write music. So Versatile is like my music brand. Stage name, I write music, and I totally empathize with you with heartbreak and all that stuff. A lot of my art is about that. I didn't find a website, which is a question. Do you have a website? I didn't see a website QR code up here. So that's a little bit of advice.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you have a lead magnet for that website? Is there, and you're an author, so I know you can create something without AI, something meaningful, impactful, and helpful, valuable for people. Maybe start getting leads into your website, build more of a professional and accessible database. Because I searched you up, I found all of your podcasts, I found your YouTube, which is awesome. So you're on the platform, but we should be seeing your website. And then there's an Instagram I found that has the same name, but they haven't posted since 2024. So I would capitalize on that real estate right now. Brand as yourself. I see you have the cutout images and you have like 10. So brand that, hit on social media and start promoting this lead back to change people's behavior. And that's a good way to maybe make a little passive. But Chaz, wonderful job. I am your marketing agent and I'll be talking after this.
Good morning. Nice to meet you. I'm DJ with other stuff. If your podcast is all about relationships, are you targeting businesses that focus on relationships for your ad sales?
Can you go into more detail?
So, the world of relationships, if it's I don't have a great example. But there are other businesses that deal with relationships, right? Like, the first thing I thought of was Priscilla's, which is not at all where I'm trying to go. But if you can find people whose world revolves around relationships, they might be more willing to buy ad space with you since you're focused on the same kind of concept. All right. Good luck.
What's going on, Chaz? So, congratulations, first and foremost, yeah. A couple things I was thinking about while I was looking at your online presence, right? I wasn't able to get everything like in a short 5 minutes, but something I would encourage you to do is collab with other individuals in the podcast space, right? Go to Instagram, look for those individuals who are already having similar or adding some conversations as relates to relationships. Find some individuals who are what I would call influencers. And I know that term is play, but there's some individuals online that have these followers, right? I'm not going to name some of them here, but there are individuals that you can find online, particularly on YouTube, where they have these networks where they're having conversations around relationships, love, and all kinds of shenanigans, right? Find a way to interact and collaborate with those individuals to kind of raise awareness about their podcast. Like something that I was listening for while you were speaking up here was like how many followers do you have, right? How many individuals are actually connecting to your content on a regular basis? Like for me, that would be something I'd be interested in if I was going to sponsor a podcast or look to collaborate with one, right? Those are some things that really caught my attention as I was looking at your online presence, but it looks like you've got some traction here on YouTube. Congrats. I would just say, look at getting some more collaborations, get your followership up, start to work more within an ecosystem, because what I can tell, it looks like, and I might be wrong, just looking at what I see here, it looks like it's just you, and you have maybe 2 or 3 other individuals that you kind of work with consistently, but you want to expand that network, right? And those are some of the things that I just thought off the top of my head, but hey man, I mean, you're not going to have a shortage of lookers on this topic, so congratulations again. Yeah.
How's it going? Eshan from Detroit Strong Jam. So I love listening to podcasts, and I'll probably listen to your podcast. And I think my recommendation for you is we've already talked about the interviews we've had with other people, like our relationships and things like that. I don't think you have to look for a ton of people or ads. Why not just have that close relationship with the people that come on your show? And say, would you be willing to come again? Or how can we promote your book? We're talking about your book. So building people that you both want to work with. Building people you want to work with. Like I have referral sources with chiropractors, physical therapists, mental health experts, and so moving a coach, it works well when those people are looking to directly for someone like you. So I would just say build on what you're already doing.
Jim Poole, Chaz, I love this idea. I'm with the Madison Atheist Park Chamber. I was just talking to Juan. Out of all of the businesses that have ever been up here, you have the highest potential for the most number of customers of anybody. Because no one wanted to raise their hand, but everyone in this room actually has been in a broken relationship, myself included. So what you need to do is have a thing on lying, and then everyone here will listen because we're all been lying this morning. But I do really think that this is a huge thing. As I was thinking about your points, Juwan said about half of what I was going to say already and more articulately. So, but I'm thinking about partners. I mean, in terms of enticing someone to support, you got to increase the followers, people, the attraction. They know it's going before X number of people or 3X number of people. That's going to be there, right? So, but I'm thinking in terms of partners, I wonder what it would look like, not so much what Brooke said. Your friends and family might not want to give you the money that you hope for, but they might know people who would be interested in what you're talking about. And I think in terms of partners, not so much only in ad partners, but I think like Juwan said, who would be a consistent other voice on your podcast to expand your reach? So who might be the kinds of people that would know more people that could share what you're doing? Who are the kind of people that you know have maybe had a similar story of being in an unhealthy relationship, but maybe their story's not exactly the same, that you can have be part of the show? Lots of times when people together, they just expand the content, the contact. They're going to vibe off of each other, and humor, depth, all those things that I think might add. I didn't go to the website. I'm not as cool as everyone else. I'm willing to say that, but just I think that adds the vibe. That might increase your depth, your reach, content, your contacts, all that. And I just wondered, the other thing I was thinking about is I have a friend who did comedy in China, in Mandarin, and he's white as sake, whatever. And so, but he came back and he wanted to start a comedy show in town here in Detroit. And he started doing, he did stand up at all the, like the places, bars here in Ferndale and stuff. But he would go to his home, he opened his home and would go to other places to do things that he called a house party. And I wonder what it would look like for you to find ways to be out in space where people are who are experiencing unhealthy relationships, which is all of Ferndale. And so, I live here, so I'm allowed to say that. And I've been to all those bars and been around all those people. So, and that's what happened. But I think that being where real people are who are experiencing or trying to get out of unhealthy relationships, and then having like an IRL podcast where your people are like, oh, Chaz has like really smart things to say. I want to follow him on his podcast. And then they might even want to do other things. I think being out, you have an educated background, you're comfortable being in front of people, you're comfortable in the space, leverage that in real rooms, where then that will translate then back into this room and also make money, where people follow you, which brings the advertising money. Make sense? Yeah, that's my 2 cents.
Good morning. Okay, so my name is Davis. I'm also known as Trusted Banker online. So I do have like 300,000 followers. I have monetized YouTube. I've monetized TikTok. I've monetized Facebook. So I can give you information on that. But the other side is I'm a former banker of 20 years, and I was a funder. My budget was $30 million to fund our whatever our goals were. As a funder, I wouldn't fund you. As a grantor, I wouldn't give you a grant because you've got 54 followers and not a lot of views, right? So as a funder that funds projects, you would have to show value. I'm just giving you the hard truths as far as getting a grant. You need to show value to get that money so that a funder can fund you and they want to fund you multiple times year over year over year. Even a small business, the money we earn is hard earned. I don't want to give it to somebody that has no visibility. So the exposure and visibility I would get as a funder is not there because you average 10 to 15 views per video. Now I'm going to take my funder hat off and I'm going to give you my influencer hat. Because as a social media influencer, I will get rid of all the videos from 3 months down. So the ones you posted the last 3 months, leave them up. The ones you posted before 3 months, hide them. Because they have 1 to 0 views. Repurpose them. You don't have to keep creating content to make content. Nobody watches them anyways. Take them off of visible sight and reuse them later as you build. But as you need to build, you need to have something on there that's going to activate the community, that's going to see you. I didn't get this chance to see if you're using hashtags correctly. But you need to activate community so you can go viral. YouTube will pay you way more money than some small dollar grant, okay? But you need to get your views up 1,000, I think it was 3,000 hours, 500 followers, and we've got 54 followers right now. So I wouldn't spend my time personally, because time is money, is how I think, looking for people to fund or sponsor me. I would spend time understanding my target market to see how I can activate them so I can see how to get a video to go viral. So when I did my YouTube podcast, I was on there I gave myself 90 days to monetize it. And it happened in 45 because as I was posting, I learned my audience and I knew how to trigger to activate to go viral. It only took one video to go 200,000 views to get me to 10,000 followers, right? And so then, of course, now you monetize because everything pays per view, pays for this. Now you don't get sponsors, now you don't get commercials or whatever they call those things, ads, right? So you gotta think about it differently. That's enough because I don't like to give free advice, but we have time today, and I'm a volunteer for 1 million cups, so you welcome.
Global Payments. Good to see you. Thanks for sharing everything. Just one comment that I was thinking of when I was talking with Jim back there, he pushed me forward, is, a lot of times when we're looking for followers, we're looking for an audience, but also someone to participate with. Sometimes you can't just hold back and stay in the studio, stay behind the camera and expect people to attract to us. You have to go to them. And so, think about being an influencer yourself in a way where you're going out on the streets. There's thousands of people, and they can say no, but a lot of them will say yes. Just imagine going to downtown Detroit, going to Ferndale, going to Royal Oak, going to somewhere, at a ball game, different types of venues, different types of events. Going there, asking people simple questions that you think of, and that way, you'll get those people that want to see themselves, but also you're just a walking advertisement, right? And you'll get interest that way, and you'll build confidence as well, and build new topics for you to talk about on your podcast.
This is the pineapple shirt portion of the program. Hi, I'm Mike McClure from McClure Marketing. Something I thought of when Jim was talking about you going on and doing these live things. There's no reason you couldn't monetize that. Lots of places are looking for speakers, and relationships is a big issue. So as you're building your podcast, you can still go out and sell yourself as an expert speaker to go to events, go to the company has a group coming together, their annual meetings or whatever. You could monetize that as well as doing what Jim talked about. Also, I suggest to help build your visibility, go on other podcasts. Find podcasts that are tangential to what you do, but not exactly what you do, and get yourself to them and go on there, because then you can hype your own podcast. They're happy to say, oh, we've got Chaz from the long-ass titled podcast. So that's
What's up, man? So I was looking at it. I see what you want to do. When you do your podcast, you don't got to be in person with the person. So I think you should start streaming, like how they was telling you to start going out. Like you watch what's the boxer? Adrian Browner. You seen that? The stream and the TikTok, like how they get on streaming and all that. So they got a storyline behind it. And so you got a storyline, like the broken, all of that. Like you need to stand on it, like really get outside, and you're gonna meet a lot of people that can connect with you. And it can be whatever business that you want to do. You can have a storyline today on broken family. You can have a storyline today on just me and my partner breaking up on some money. And when we can talk paper. We can, you know what I'm saying? You can go into whatever room you want to go into. We can code switch and play it like that on the hood, or we can code switch and come in here and talk real business. You feel what I'm saying? So that's what you need to do. You need to stream, bro. You can do this all day. All day. You don't gotta come in here and stop. We can be on stream right now and talk about our relationships. You got something going, bro.
That was awesome.
What about meetups, right? The groups that are out in the community, and if you offer to go to one of those and kind of say, hey, I'm going to speak on this, or if you share one of your own stories. You said you've had some hellish relationships, right?
Okay, hey, there's putting words in your mouth, but. So if you share those, right, people are more likely to engage with you, is what I found, okay? Okay, so now I'm gonna ask the question again. How many of you are looking for a date? I'm just curious, is anyone else here raise their hand except, no, still not. This is crazy. Jim, come on, here we go, Jim. Apparently they're not answering. Okay, so a part of my podcast is I have tragic coms, right? And it is the story of my dating life, which is really sad. But, you know, it's funny and it's real. And sometimes ex-boyfriends watch, sometimes they don't, I don't know. But if you're engaging real people and you're talking about real topics, but you're talking about yourself, that seems to help. Sure. Okay, so what is the one that you're going to take away from today?
It was a lot. So it's hard to say one thing. I know I like the in person, doing stuff in person because I do see a lot of. I'm on Instagram. I do see a lot of people like on the street and they might just ask a question. So that's something that I mean, like they said, you go river walk downtown Detroit. Like I can.
Or Ferndale, like Jim said.
Lots of people looking for
Okay. Anything else that you're thinking of?
Who was the banker? But she has some good information as far as like not spending so much time on kind of look for sponsors, but just kind of get the information on how I can go and go right to be effective.
What history of that?
That I don't know because like when I go on like my analytics, it might have like an age, but that maybe not. They have age and gender, but not like race or where these individuals are from.
Are you talking about from a man's perspective when you're talking about this conversation?
There's like everybody. Because like I said, I have people that are like family therapists where they're talking about how you can raise your children. You know what I mean? Like they're not just like dating, but they're like everything.
Out of all of the interviews that are going to be done, what have you connected personally with the most?
I would say, so I did, one of my first videos on YouTube was I had one of my friends become the guest host. And so we just kind of talked about my mad dating, the reason why I created the podcast. I'm not gonna go into too much of it right now, but basically I was with a woman that was unavailable, and so we just she was married, and so that became like that became the issue. So that was one of the things. Like, the husband came to the job.
That video goes viral right there.
No, clip this. Save for a video.
We didn't. It didn't get to this. But it was, I wasn't even nervous. I wasn't even nervous. I was just, because I was at the job, I just don't want to get fired. You know, I don't want to have anything because I was new to the job. No, it wasn't. But I'm glad I did. Like, so I remember her being, she was at I'm in her office, and she's like at a door. And so I come to her, and I'm like, she opens the door. I'm glad I didn't say anything crazy because he was right on the side right there. And so I come off and say, hey, this is my husband.
Is it getting humid in here?
It felt like that conversation felt like an hour, but it was probably like 10 minutes.
Maybe 30 seconds, right? A little bit more. Okay, so, all right, well, I think we kind of 5 years from now, what are you hoping for podcast?
I'm hoping that I can transition to do it full time. And just to answer questions as far as the value, like I do leverage it with my social media. So like right now I might be averaging like 30 or 40,000 views a month on my social media platforms. So I do leverage the podcast with that. So when I do go to different meetings, I do bring that up to them.
So who would be your ideal sponsor?
I'm still.
Okay, so maybe that's what you need to narrow down, right? Your ideal sponsor and your demographic, and maybe that would help you out. Okay, let's give a big round of applause. Tomorrow night I'll be doing my After Dark with Brooke. This is a show that I've been doing out in the community. I do it during happy hour. And there's usually a espresso martini involved. I will tell you that much. It's at 3 Cats in Boston. And it's $15 a ticket, but part of the proceeds go to A Courageous Voice, which is a very important mission for me because it is an organization, a nonprofit that takes kids online and offline as well, but more online, and that is super important, right? Especially these days. So please join us. Tomorrow night is a little bit different. I do have a therapist on hand, and anyone needs it, so you can come and meet her and ask her questions. But it is just a good time. This will be my last one for a little while because there's some changes going on. I can't really say what they are right now, but it is coming soon, so I'm excited about that. In the meantime, if you can, please join us tomorrow night at 6:30, and check it out. PJ will say it, right? All right, thank you so much, all of you, for being here, and good luck to you, man, and I hope the husband never finds you again. Thank you. And Lord says there are snacks on the table, right? So go ahead and help yourself. You need to know she's got it back up for you. Oh, and line up for pictures.
I basically did. Good thing you got there when you did.
You got all you want to do, but look.
I presented to give you a couple.
Okay. I'll present one day when I have a business.
Commonwealth is a good spot.